Shalom, 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 shalom. This is Brother Amar from the Great Millstone Camp here in Philadelphia, giving all praises and do honor to Yahweh Bashem El Shah, Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and honors and citations out there to the hopefully elect. So this video is going to be about the racial tensions that are at a very all-time high. They have hit a record. Okay, you've been having certain situations where, like for instance, the situation that happened in August, which the media just started bringing out in September with the Ukrainian immigrant, that came over here from, that's what they say. That's the story, okay? That came from Ukraine, war-torn Ukraine, and she was unalive, viciously by a so-called black man, a super bugged out black man, right? That was unalive viciously, and the people on the train didn't do anything. They just watched or they just walked away, whatever. And this woman, she was viciously murdered by this bugged out Jake, and this one Jake, okay, if you've been on social media, this one Jake is basically the generalization for every so-called black man in existence, okay? What he did is basically tied to every Jake in existence, okay? And Esau is in a uproar, okay? Esau is in a uproar, and the racial tensions is at an all-time high to where, Esau is calling for an open season on Jake, man. And what that Jake did, that bugged out Jake did, which was a career criminal, and obviously the court system, should be punished as well. But they don't care about that, okay? They might bring it up, but they only, focusing in that it was a dark-skinned man, they making it, racially charged or whatever. And they showed you like the picture of the victim with a BLM sign on a wall or whatever, and she got unalived by a bugged out nigga, and Esau is basically calling for, the execution of all Jake, man, or the deportation of all Jake, man. Okay, so you had the Northern Kingdom, right, being persecuted. Then and also, the Levites and the Benjamites, okay? Now Judah, Esau with this Trump administration, which we all know they're nothing but puppets, they're bringing about their NWO, man. And it's quite obvious if you even go through history, okay, because history repeats itself. Esau does not want you here anymore. He does not need you anymore, okay? That's why they investing so much into AI, to get rid of you niggas, okay? To get rid of our people from this land, okay? And it's a great, like the scriptures say, a great insurrection. A very violent insurrection or uprising upon those that fear the Lord, which are the Israelites, okay? And when Trump came into office, man, you had nothing but emboldened, Edomites, they gained the audacity to basically, call Jake out of their name, nigga this or nigger, they talking shit more. You got white nationalists, you got a Edomite nationalist neighborhood, okay, where this is all Edomites, Edomite settlement without any Jake or so-called small hat, okay? But you don't know what cause y'all the same fucking people. You don't know the motherfucker that created that shit probably a smart hat. Okay? You know? But Esau pride has increased, man. Okay? His hatred for Jake has increased. Now with this situation or this case with this bugged out nigga, okay? Again, the court system did that, man. Okay? He was in the psychiatric ward. He was arrested 14, this is the 14th time now? Or more than that, okay? It's the system. The system should be charged as well, man. But anyway, they might bring back public hangings, man. Okay? We might be seeing a Negro televised to be hung on TV. Okay? They might bring that back. And they might hang that nigga up on public. You know? Now I got this video right here that's been playing where I just basically, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's another video of racially charged crackers that want to go against Jake. Okay, so I'm gonna play it back.
I said God bless you, have a great day. You said get the fuck away from my family. I did. I said God bless you, that's all I said. Okay, step the fuck on down the road, dude. Selling candy for drugs, fool. I'm selling, what are y'all selling to my church?
Fat motherfucker might be.
Yeah, sure you are. Out here talking about nigga this, nigga that.
But he over there, I guess he liked them selling candy or whatever he's selling.
I did.
And then his Edomite
okay, step the fuck on down the road, dude. Selling candy for drugs, fool.
And then he starts calling nigga.
Yeah, sure you are. Out here talking about nigga this, nigga that, but you gonna sell for church. Shut the fuck up and go on down the road. What's wrong with the word? Is it alright for me to call you a nigga? I don't care. I don't care. Y'all motherfuckers bitch if it's A or hard R.
And usually Esau be getting knocked out by now.
No, you talking fuck, bud. Your nappy ass head.
They father the devil, man.
You really straight fucked up.
These Jakes kept saying I said, or this Jake in particular.
No, you.
All right, Shalom. I don't know how many times I've been interrupted doing videos, but I'm gonna try to merge all the other videos that I previously did. You know, so like I was saying about Esau's hatred for Jake, and I kept trying to go into the scriptures, but something just kept popping up, or the damn phone kept ringing. You know, yada yada yada. Now we're gonna get that. Well, I'm gonna get this one, man. In Obadiah. Because the racial tensions that literally, like, it wasn't out of nowhere, it was building up. But this case with this degenerate nigga, bugged out nigga who basically viciously murdered this Ukrainian woman, you know. But she could have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? She had Black Lives Matter on her poster and shit. We all know, the ones that's in the know, we know Jake ain't shit, man. Okay? Black lives don't matter to black lives. Okay? Jake ain't shit, man. Okay? But we know Esau is labeling every last Jake as a criminal. Okay? Every last one, man. Like, you got Nick Fuentes, you got I forget his name, Woman Propaganda, which they both could be Jakes. Okay, you got Myron, he might be a Hamite. Okay, you got other talking heads, the Hodge twins, they might be Edomites. You know, they literally said that black people in general, they said that black people don't have no soul or conscience. Okay, they might be Edomites. They hate themselves so much. Okay, so damn much, man. They might be Edomites. You know, but yeah, you got a lot of talking heads. See, even in sports, man, they talk bad about Jake. You know, the whole narrative is that Jake is an animal. He's a monster. He's a criminal. He's the bad guy. He's black. You know what I'm saying? Which we know the real criminal is Esau. And he spawned these fucking niggas, you know, with his demonic programming, his welfare, you know, keeping the father out the homes, etc., man. Okay, having us in poverty, you know, etc. You know, but Jake, in general, they are a problem. The 2/3 of Israel are a fucking problem, man. Then you got the degenerate of the YNs, You know, this last generation of Jake is the most wickedest motherfuckers on the planet, okay? You know, we already a wicked, degenerate, adulterous nation. But this last generation of Jake is over, man. They homosexuals, they so-called trans, I don't know if I can say that. You know, they're completely backwards, man. Okay, and Jake loves wickedness, man. And on top of that, they're in their father's kingdom, the devil. Okay, Esau. So of course they're gonna be wicked. They're gonna be even more wicked because the wicked enables them to be wicked, just like adultery. Okay, Jake is an adulterous vermin, man. They love adultery. They love sleeping with another man's wife, man. The penalty of that is being unallowed. Both parties, okay, the man and the woman, okay. There's laws against these things, man. But Esau, the so-called white man, he does not follow one law in the Holy Scriptures. He does the complete opposite, okay? The complete opposite. So everything in this society is upside down. And they don't ever want to talk about all these talking heads. They don't ever want to talk about the killers, the maniacs, the megalomaniacs, the psychopaths in their nation that be shooting up schools, churches, etc., man. Okay? Committing all manner of evil terrorist attacks, atrocities, or what they've done in the past that they haven't paid for yet. Okay? They don't ever want to bring that up, but they want to talk about how so-called black people do this, they do that, yada yada, but they never want to bring up these stats. Okay? Esau the so-called white man is the most bloodiest man in human history. There's no one bloodier. There's no one that has shed more blood than the so-called white man. His race as an entirety. Okay? And you Edomites that's just living it up in the society, you're just reaping the benefits of your wicked ass forefathers, man. Okay? That destroyed nations of people. That's all you're doing. And now you basically, now you're the victims now. Okay? Now you're the fucking, just like this goddamn small hats, man. You know? That's your father as well. Amalek. Y'all are from the same people, man, but different tribes. Amalek is the king over you. Okay? He's the royal people in your nation, man. He's the royal tribe. Okay? And he took the blessing and just said, fuck all of y'all. Okay? And then there's, you know, because all you Edomites should be living it up, man. Okay? All you Edomites should be tyrannical. Okay? You should be just play your part as the devil. You playing this illusion that you're a fucking American. Okay? You're out your fucking mind. All right? And if you're a homeless Edomite, then you were a two-time loser, man. Okay? That's your damn fault. You going to live a life of horrific regret in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? You going to feel bad that you didn't live it up, man. While the getting was good. Okay? You're going to be extremely, disheveled in the kingdom of heaven. Demoralized. But anyway, the hatred of Jake. Edom will be humbled. And Esau, look, watch the movie Men in Black 3, man. All right? That's all I got to say, man. They want to go in the past to try to stop the Lord from coming back and basically get their promise, you know. That movie was spiritual. They wanted to try to stop the end of their world, okay? And they had a certain timeline, like the scriptures say, he appointed his bounds that he should not pass, you know, and the devil had but a short time, okay? But anyway, let me go to Ezekiel. This was supposed to be a quick-ass video, but you know how it go. This is Ezekiel 35, verse 1. Prophecy against Mount Seir. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Okay, that's why we out there on the highways and byways, because we're prophesying against Mount Seir or the Edomites or America or Rome. It told us to do that. This is in the Bible, man. Okay, if you want to deny that you're Mount Seir, go ahead. We're nothing but the messengers, man. Okay, we're telling you what the Lord told us to do. Okay, what you're doing, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir. Again, the government of Mount Seir are the Edomites. Their main citadel, okay, is America. It says, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay? Now again, Mount Seir is a so-called white man today. The pride, okay, let's go back to the pride. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Okay, you're held in contempt, man. You're despicable. You're a despicable people, man. But detestable people, okay? The Most High has contempt and deep repugnance for you, and he hates you. But you don't want to talk about that, though. The God hates you Edomites, man. Okay? You want to talk about your hatred for Jake, but guess what? God hates you Edomites, man. Okay, but the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. I might just read this, because I was just quoting this. I might as well just read this. It says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, the caveman, the cave dweller, okay, the Caucasian, you came from the caves, man. Okay? You were pushed out of civilization. You were never civilized. Every time you came out of, you basically had to, according to your blessing, you had to slaughter the people there, and you took their customs, man. Okay? Then you had people like us. We basically made you civilized, man. When you came over here to the Americas, you ain't know any fucking thing. We taught you how to fucking till the earth, man. How to live off the land, man. How to grow crops, all that. How to farm everything. You ain't know shit. Yeah. The people that came over here, so-called Puritans, they were nothing but witches, okay? Murderers, Masonists, or Freemasonists, okay? They were escaping persecution from King George III, man, which was a black man. You did nothing but run away, okay? That's been your whole history, man. The fugitive. You've been a fugitive your whole life, man. Okay, you have not paid for none of your crimes, man. The Most High allowed you to do what you was going to do, or what you've done, because he allowed you to do it. He created you for that purpose, man. Okay? Proverbs, what is it? Proverbs 16? Hold on, let me get that. Yeah, 16 and 4. Proverbs 16 and 4, it says, Yahweh have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay? Even the wicked for the day of evil. The wicked is who? The so-called white man. Okay, again, y'all don't want to believe it. Oh, well, guess what? Your own people know who they are. The elites know who you are. You got your own kind that know that y'all the devil. Okay, when many a times, man, I can remember in the past, we all know this anyway. Esau worshipped the devil. Okay, they have a synagogue of Satan, or church of Satan, whatever. They got statues of Baphomet. Who's the main worshiper of Satan? Okay, the so-called white man. Okay, there's no coincidence. The ones who created the homosexual agenda. Okay, Amalek, which is who? Edomites. Okay? Nothing but pure evil has come from you. But yet you want to talk about black people, that you named them black people for a reason. Because you try to get away from the fact that you're the Edomites, Okay, you're the red man. And you try to put that name on Gad by saying they red man. Then you want to go around and corrupt the scriptures or the meaning of words, talking about some Adam was red, or he was, or King David was ruddy. It's all bullshit, man. Okay, we're not ignorant of your devices or the wiles of the devil, man. Okay, or your deception to overthrow, misdirect, and misguide us, man. We already see it, man. You're not going to deceive the elect, man. You're only going to deceive the 2/3, the people that the Lord doesn't want. Okay, that's going to believe the madness that you spew. Okay, so it says, the Lord have made all things for himself, all things. Yea, even the wicked. The wicked are a nation of people. Okay? Yea, again, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay? That's all we have ever seen from the so-called white man. It's evil. Okay? Then they wanted to talk about, Trump said, well, then he said black people. He said that black people built up America. But you got Edomites talking about they built America. And America was built for, they going back into that old racist devil that they used to be. Okay? That old man, that old serpent. Okay? They going back to that old serpent, man. Okay? Because Trump is in office, they thinking they going to go back to Trump even posted on his social media, Truth Social, okay, which he's nothing but a damn devil. The word Trump means to deceive. But he had a post that said the golden age. First of all, your money was backed by gold at that time. And it's not no more, okay? So it ain't going to ever go back to the golden age. But that's what they want to go back to when Jake was in a place, okay? Or when they were put in place. When Jake was looking down at the earth, man. When Jake was in check. So that's why they kicking out all the Northern Kingdom, no matter who you are. Then they said they can just discriminate against you now. They don't even give a fuck about, They don't care about racially profiling no more, man. They lifted that rule, okay? So now, again, they don't care about your race, or holding back. They're not holding back no more, man. Okay, well, if you're brown, put them down, okay? If you have a certain accent, if you look a certain way, they're going to kidnap you, okay? The people with masks are going to kidnap you, take you away from your homes, your family, your jobs, etc., man. Your dogs. They storming the places you work at. And then you got certain jakes that sit up there and they don't think it's going to come for them. I'm an American. You was not an American, man. You was a nigga. No matter, I don't give a damn how much money you made, man, or how much you took it up the anus. You're still a nigga, man. Okay? They're going to overthrow you no matter what, man. No matter who you are, they are going to overthrow you. Okay? But these Edomites, they don't want to talk. They doing so much talking about Jake. It's ridiculous, man. The black fatigue is at an all-time high. They literally, like Young Thug said, watch out. You gotta watch out, man. These Edomites and these other nations, man. Like recently, I have been getting dirty looks from the heathen. Okay, Edomites and Moabites, man. Okay, I be in certain neighborhoods, with the neighborhood I was in, it's mixed. There's a lot of Jakes in that neighborhood. There's a lot of Jakes that's been moving in. And of course, you already know Esau in general don't like that. you know. But you see the growing hatred for Jake, man. Okay, you had this thing where, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this happened. This happened in I guess Ohio. Yeah, Ohio, right? Where this Edomite, okay, right here, Samuel Tyler Erickson, he killed, I don't know if they Jakes, they might be like fucking Ethiopian or whatever, you know, what of them Hamitic tribes or from overseas or whatever. They might be Jakes though. But he unalived these 3 people, okay? Now, I don't know why. Okay, yup, from Ethiopia. I was right. No, they said his relationship, he looked like I don't know. He looked like a traditional Jake, but then he got that Hamite Arabic look to him. But anyway. Okay, so they said that they don't think it's a hate crime. Cincinnati police said they don't think the shooting was a hate crime. Okay, it says police told Fox 19 now Erickson had a romantic relationship with one of the victims. All right, that's it. That's where it stops. But this isn't, national news at all. So let me read up some. So he killed 3 people, right? Edomite. This, again, all these talking heads that's against fucking Jake, they don't ever talk about what they do. Okay, he unalived 3 people, man. But then they'll bring up the stats that blacks commit more crimes and they're in jail. They commit crimes against each other at a very high rate and against white people at a very high rate. But they never want to talk about what they do. So this might have been over a girl. This is what they're assuming right now. If this is an ad, I'm going to just click off the video because I only got.
How do you define a moment?
Let me see. Can you skip it?
A rare moment.
Amazing. Being 50 yards away from a triple homicide. That's never happened to me.
It leaves you kind of speechless, and how something in a New York Minute, everything.
Well, we are learning new details about a triple homicide that left Mount Washington neighbors shocked over the holiday weekend. Police confirmed the gunman attempted to commit suicide after the shooting. He remains in critical condition at UC Medical Center. Our Brenda Ordonez has the latest.
We're here at Good Samaritan Hospital. Tri-Health has confirmed 2 of the female victims worked here. Employees at a Sunoco gas station on the west side also confirmed the male victim recently worked there while attending IT classes. Now, how it is these victims knew each other and their relationship with the shooter, as well as a motive, that's still unclear. One neighbor, though, tells me a chilling encounter he had with the suspect moments before that shooting makes him believe it was premeditated.
He parked his car right there in front of our place and got out and circled the apartment building and kept looking for something, and then got in his car, drove away.
Doug Matthews says he saw the alleged gunman do that 2 more times Sunday afternoon.
I went over and asked him, was he okay? And he said yes, he was, he was not unfriendly. My dog went up to him and he played with the dog for a second. And I said, well, you got a friend for life. And he said, no, maybe for a minute. And then he said, you can go now.
Minutes later, gunfire erupted from that same apartment building on Beacon Street in Mount Washington.
I hear this, pop, 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 and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Brad Lark and his girlfriend Lisa live across the street from the scene. Brad says after the initial shots, he heard muffled arguments.
It was like a parent yelling at their child in the backyard 3 yards over. You know, it was like.
Brad says the argument was followed by more gunfire. Police confirmed 2 women ages 20 and 22 and a 27-year-old man were killed in the shooting. We're told the women are related, but it's not clear how just yet. Officials say the gunman then turned the gun on himself and is still in the hospital.
We were totally blown away because nothing like that happens around here.
Nathan Wells and his family live across the street from the crime scene that was taped off for hours.
Still a lot of confusion as to any kind of like motive or why anything went happened.
2 of the victims worked at Tri-Health. A statement from the hospital read in part, the Tri-Health family is devastated by the tragic passing
so
of
they
2
still don't have an
Good Samaritan
official answer
hospital
to
team
what
members.
happened.
Their dedication and spirit touched everyone who worked alongside them.
A lot of sadness that the lives that were lost, they were all young, and that it happened right while I was watching. It's incredibly, I don't know. I don't have a word to describe.
But there's no white fatigue with the shooting that
RentHop has
goes
more
on, right?
NYC rental listings than
Yeah, let me go back to Obadiah. It says, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This is going to be Thursday. Yeah, and that's they pride in their pomp, man. That who shall bring me? That's the military, man. Who's gonna bring us to the ground? Our military is worldwide. We have all the heavy artillery that we can desire, that we ever need. We got bombs, we got drones. Okay, we got everything on our side. Who shall bring me down to the ground? That's America. Like, who else would it be? Who else could it be? And these people think the Americans think America is a godly nation, not knowing that this place is completely against God. Completely. Okay? And it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Okay? And you will exalt you. What's your animalistic symbol? The eagle. It's everywhere. It's on the seal. It's on the back of the dollar. Or as they say, that's really a phoenix. Okay, it's everywhere. That symbol is everywhere in every department of Edom. They have their symbol is the eagle. Okay? When it comes to persecuting our people, it says that you're swifter than the eagle. You have the technology, you have the mobility, you have air superiority, okay? You have all the means to hunt, to track and hunt us down, okay? And even get away with murdering us, killing us, slaughtering us, which you've been doing. Okay? And it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Okay? And we in that time period where you're being brought down, man. America is at an all-time low, man. Okay? Then you got black people, they don't have no damn jobs, man. You know? They're poor. The black woman, hey, it's over. We've been telling you this forever. The gathering shall not come, man. Okay, we're in those evil days that we've been speaking about through the spirit of power, Habashim Shah, and then with our elder apostles, and then with the other, apostles, man, and elders. We've been preaching his word and been warning you for decades, man. Okay? For decades, been warning you of these things. And it's, everything is coming to life, man. Prophecy is jumping out the pages, man. Okay? Everything is happening. It says, though it tarry, wait for it will surely come, man. You think the Lord forgot, man? You out of your fucking mind? Like, the Lord is working, man. That's why the men of the Lord, we got to do our part, okay? Which is to prophesy and to live a life dedicated to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and to worship his son. That's why even people say in Jesus' name, which the word of the Lord. The Lord's name is not Jesus, it's Yahushua, man. We got to come in Yahushua's name, man. Okay, that's the only way we can get to the Father is through his son. Okay? Because his son, he put himself up, man. He didn't have to do that. It was already set up in the spirit anyway, but the Lord, he was a perfect sacrifice. He did everything perfectly while being in the flesh, while being amongst 2/3, man. Okay, being among the wicked. Yeah, and it's crazy because you in this society, you can't keep the laws. That's why I said one time, man, we can't go back in time, man. Okay, it's not like it was back then where we was able to keep the law and we knew who we were as a people. When Esau, he didn't steal our identity. That's why we instead of Yahushua being here, we're here. Okay? You had John the Baptist started off. Now that he got his apostles back, man. Out there preaching the word, man. On the highways and byways. That's our job, man. Man, you love to do it too, man. It's like, we already know who we are, man. We already know who we are, man. And the Lord is going to exalt us in due time, man. We just got to go through the hell, man. Through the tribulation, man. Through the trials. Through the prophecies, man. As you see, man, look, man, again, watch out. Esau is mad as hell, man. He is mad as hell. Okay? Now, who knows with that shooting in Cincinnati, if that was, racially motivated or what, or that was, I don't know. It couldn't have been random, or it might have been random, He probably was dealing with one of the girls, and as an Edomite, he's just a fucking natural-born psychopath. It could have been like a love triangle, something like that, I don't know. But with this situation with this white woman, I don't know if this video is gonna pop up. Nope. With the situation with that Ukrainian woman, which again could have been a Jake, Esau is mad as hell, man. Okay, let me go back. Let me pull up Ezekiel. All right. Yeah, I was supposed to only bring out one precept. This is we left off at 3. We're gonna go to verse 4. Ezekiel 35:4. This is the judgment of Esau that's coming. Okay. Again, all this talking about Jake. Guess what? God hates you Edomites, man. No matter how much you want to get online, get on the comment board, say how much you hate black people. You want to do this to them, you want to do that to them. It's open season, yada, yada, yada. God hates you, okay? You want to talk about your hatred against Jake, guess what? God hates you. That's why you hate our people and you doing so much to them, because you know that they're God-chosen people, man. You know that. So you know you're going to go out of your way to destroy us, to overthrow us, to persecute us or oppress us, because you know we belong to God, man. And you hate that, okay? You hate that we got the promises, the blessing, okay? the kingdom of heaven, etc., man. What they don't even understand, you got to keep the laws, man. Like, what the hell? Esau, he can't even keep the law. It said he cast his word behind him. So what the fuck is the point if you got the blessing? You don't even keep the damn laws. You don't keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Most High. What the hell you got to do with the promises? You don't even keep the laws, man. Okay? We're going to keep the laws perfectly. That's how we're going to be able to access those promises. Because we're going to be able to keep the laws perfectly. And that's after this place is gone, done away with. We can't be here with you here in power. Okay? Just like the other nations, it's the Lord. It says that in Daniel, man. He's going to put all those nations, when Yahushua comes back, he's going to put those nations under his feet. Okay? And they just had a video of another whistleblower that came out, showed a video of them shoot. I got to look up a Hellfire missile. But they shot a missile at a chariot. I got to do a video on that. Nothing happened to it. It just kept going on by. Like, and the angels, they know it's not the time yet, man. Wait till that time come, bro. Wait till that time come. Even people in the comment boards, they starting to know, unless they know the truth or whatever. Because people in the comment boards saying that's what the angels travel in. They were saying Jesus is coming back, yada yada yada. They know that. Some people know, man. Some people know, man. And they were saying, like, here, this man has nothing but war. Like the scriptures say, war is always in his heart. Okay, you in war with the whole entire universe. Now you want to pick a fight with the angels, man. Or you've been knew they was out there, but you're shooting at them now. They already had, like, as many incidents where you shot at them and nothing happened. Like in the 40s, I forget what it was. When they seen a bunch of chariots, they started shooting at them. I think it was they called it Battle of Los Angeles. Okay, nothing happened. All right, they just laughing at you, man. You hit the chariot, you see the chariot get hit, and you just kept on rolling, man. Like nothing happened. You ain't even phase it. They fight, man, the audacity of this fucking devil, man. They just fight, man. They so fucking lucky, man. They are so fucking lucky, man. The angels like, yo, man, like, yo, we can't wait, man. We can't fucking wait, man. And it's already been out there. It's even on World Star. Okay, the angels or the so-called aliens are black men, which we know that they're the holy angels of the Lord. Okay. And they're going to come back with Yahushua. That's our saving grace, man. All right? Not fucking strapping up. Or, using artillery against the damn wicked, man. Okay? That's his damn blessing, man. We ain't going to fight with him with his own blessing. The Lord going to destroy us, man. And that's the point, man. All you goddamn lying. That's in the Romans 13, man. And I think Jeremiah 21 or something like that, where it talks about if you fight against Babylon, the Lord is going to destroy you. Okay, and that's what's going to happen, man. We in that time now. Or Nebuchadnezzar. That represents the so-called white man today, man. Okay, you can't fight against him with your own weapon. We have to rely on the Lord. That's why it talks about faith, man. About patience, about suffering. Okay? It's not going to be easy, man. It's supposed to be hard. So we're going to be afflicted, man. It says by much tribulation. All right? We're going to have to wait. We ain't going to have weapons. That's why we waiting for that spiritual power, man. Jake don't want that. I remember I told my nephew, man, look, man, I told him, like, this is a long time ago. I told him about basically, having spiritual powers. And he's like, so you going to be like Superman? And he started laughing. I'm like, all right. Oh, well. That is literally in the Bible, man. Literally in the Bible. Okay, even the Lord said, I will give you power. You look up that word power is superpowers or superhuman. Okay? But Jake, they don't want that, man. We you know, the minute, hey, when that time come, when the people should be willing and they have that power, when men of the Lord get that spiritual power, we're gonna be completely invincible, man. Okay? Like the Lord said, nothing by any means shall hurt you. We're gonna be invulnerable. Just like you see them TV shows, movies, you see it, the Boys, okay? You see it in Luke Cage, Hancock, okay? Invulnerable, man. Okay? They get these movies or scripts from the scriptures. Okay? But anyway, let me go back over here. Go to verse 5. The point, it says, because thou has had a perpetual, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou has had a perpetual hatred, and you're seeing it. Like, come on, man. You read this, something should already resonate. Some example should come into your mind of what that's talking about, what that's referring to. You should already know what this is talking about, man. Okay, because who has more hatred than a so-called white man has for the nation of Israel, man? And you see it on display every damn day. You got goddamn, I don't know, who's doing it in Trump's administration, where they are making complete mockery of the tribes, man. They had an ASMR video of our people being deported. That's diabolical, man. That's sadistic. Their ridicule is sickening. Their mockery is sickening. You had a damn, they chained up some like a little person and made mockery of him and had him as an AI character, man. Being deported, being chained up, being locked up, or in chains, man. They got our people. We literally, history is repeating itself, man. Right before our eyes, man. Black Wall Street, man. Okay? And all other hideous atrocities that they committed against us, man. It's going to happen again. Why you think they got the National Guard, the military out there? What the you think that is, man? The insurrection upon the Yahweh's people is here. It's here. Okay? They about to lock this shit down again. The police state is here. Okay? Martial law, FEMA camps, etc., man. Concentration camps, etc. Okay? They already doing it, blaming our people for every goddamn thing. It's just a matter of time of something major is going to happen, man. Okay? And then you in conflicts with the whole universe, Esau I'm referring to. It's like this shit never ends. It literally, you can't even wrap your head around how many conflicts they're in. They're in every single conflict. Okay? You got the goddamn small hats bombing every goddamn body. Okay? And they're justified. You know? So shit is going to get even worse, man. But you see the perpetual hatred that Esau has for our people and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. And they don't want to talk about that. They never want to talk about what they do, man. Never. You talk about what blacks did to you, but what have you done to them? Okay? Like, you think it's over? You know, slavery is over with. You know, no, slavery didn't end, man. Slavery is still happening right now. This shit is crazy, man. These people are so bugged out and going and so, and you know, they're bewitched, man. They really believe in this American shit. They made all of us slaves, man. If you pay taxes, you're a fucking slave. Okay? They're paying property taxes every fucking year. If you don't, they're gonna take your shit that you supposedly own. You don't own nothing here. You don't want to be mad at your fucking government. You think they just gonna be after black people too? No, they coming for everybody, every ethnicity, man. Okay? It's just that they hate us more. We the #1 targets. They're gonna come after their own, which they're doing. They're gonna come after their own kind, man, their own people. You got these Edomites, these rabbis or whatever, small hats. They know this place is Edom. They know this place is going to be destroyed by fire. They already know this, and they really in their mind think they the people of God, man. They trying to corrupt this place as much as possible, you know, and until they leave. They said, this is a month ago, they said they're going to Asia. They see what Asia is doing. They going to try to corrupt Asia, man. You know, they want to corrupt China. With China, they just following after the so-called white man. And then it talks about the pride of Moab. The Lord sees all of this. He let all this shit happen because this was already in the works, in the making. Okay? All you nations are going to be put down, man. Including the 2/3. Where they ain't nothing but Edomites. Spiritual Edomites. Or they spiritually Edomites, man. They're just completely evil. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, save Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Okay, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, hey, so if you got Jake, which I don't recommend, it's stupid as hell. If you got, you know, so-called Jake persecuting Esau, it's in the scriptures already. What the and again, just like a damn woman, you take no accountability, man. No accountability of what you've done if, okay? It's like the scriptures say, when you shall cease to spoil you, thou shalt be spoiled. Okay? Like I said, that damn woman might have been a Jake, man. You know? She might have been a Jake, because you know Israel was scattered. Okay? Israel was scattered, man. But we know the curses are upon Esau, man. You know, I gotta gather all those videos that I've been collecting, where you see, like, you know, Jake doing harm to Edom, you know, but they never gonna talk about what they do to Jake. Okay, how Jake is discriminated against, how Esau can use his privilege and get away with shit. Okay, you had this goddamn white woman. She killed 4 black women. And guess what? And she was super drunk. Okay. They waited 5 hours to do a DUI test. And they did a DUI test. He was still drunk, but they didn't label it a DUI. Okay. And they gave her fucking 4 years of jail time. 1 year apiece for each victim she unalived, man, in a vehicular accident. Okay, in like what, 6 months probation. She got a slap on the wrist. If that was a goddamn Jake, if that was a black man, but they didn't want to talk about this either. If that was a black man, okay, especially a black man, they hate us the most, man. Okay, if that was a black man that unalived 4 white Caucasian women, that he would be the worst thing. It would be national news. He would be the worst thing that has ever walked the earth, man. And then they would label every Jake a murderer. Okay, like they doing with this fucking demonic ass nigga, it could have been a sleeper cell, man. Okay? That unalived that woman on that train. That brutally unalived that woman on that train, man. If that was a damn Jake, man, come on, man. He'll get a 1,000 years of peace for every Caucasian woman he unalived. If that was a Jake in that situation, hypothetically. Or allegedly, you know. If that was a Jake, he would get. Let me see, can I find that shit? I ain't gonna search for it. Fuck it. All right. So this was the original precept that I was going to get. Okay. And of course, all right. Matthew 24:7. I'm gonna go to 6. And this is Yahushua speaking. Let me get this. This is and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. We in now. We come on. Like I was saying, like the U.S. Amalek is in every goddamn conflict on earth. Okay. They don't stop spreading violence, man. They never cease to spread violence throughout the earth, man. You know. But it says, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Okay, what you see in the day. See that ye be not troubled. You see? For these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See? Be not troubled. Yeah, you gotta rely on Yahweh Shah, man. Jake, the 2/3, they don't want to do that. They want to rely on Esau's blessing. It's going to get you absolutely destroyed. Okay? I gotta do a video on that, man. Relying on Esau's blessing will get you absolutely destroyed. Verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation. Okay? Let's see this word. Yep. Ethnos means ethnicity. That's where you get the word ethnicity from. It says, ethnos, a tribe, nation, people, group. Okay? That's what it's referring to. A nation of people versus another nation of people. That's what we're dealing with now with the race wars that's coming. That's fast approaching. Okay? If you have been on social media, the hatred for Jake is at an all-time high. Okay? Is at an all-time high, man. So don't be surprised, or you should expect to see some things, man, or a paradigm shift, or increase in racial tensions. That I had that video pulled up. Okay. Esau is emboldened, man. Okay. And he's ready to release that wrath and it says, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in many places, or diverse places, man. It's happening. You see it now. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay? And then we in this time now. Okay? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall unalive you, And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. You see that now. And what this, like the scriptures say, damn, I think it's 24. It might be 24. Yep. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And they blaming the Jakes for not helping. That's how society has. They become dehumanized and desensitized to everything that they see. And, you know, they probably like, what the fuck? They in shock. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, they don't care about one another anymore. And that goes for all people, man. They trying to say, oh, if that was a bunch of Edomites back there, that they would have helped out or did something. Man, these people are desensitized completely, man. They have no empathy, man, for one another. They have no love for one another, man. And again, they using this situation to fuel the race war rhetoric, man, against Jake. Okay? So again, for a nation or ethnicity against ethnicity. Okay? And kingdom against kingdom. We're seeing all of this. All of this is unfolding. Okay? There shall be famine. There's going to be a famine in America. We've been seeing the pestilences. We're going to see real pestilences or plagues in America. Okay? In earthquakes, you see the earthquake. You had an earthquake in Afghanistan recently. Over 1,400 people lost their lives. Which that's probably, you know, Esau using his machine, his weather machine, man, to provoke these earthquakes. You know, which is nothing but a sign from the Heavenly Father any damn way, man. And it was already prophesied anyway. We at the end of the world, man. We are at the end of this man's age, okay? And we just can't wait till the Lord comes back, man. He's the icing on the cake. He's the one that's going to bring him down, okay? Let me get that, man. This is going to be the last scripture, man, because I got to do a video on that chariot. Revelation 12 and go to verse 9. No, so I'm going to go to verse 7. The angel Michael. And there was war in heaven. That's referring to, you know, when Yahweh Shah comes back with the holy angels, man. You know, they're going to be in this, the Yahweh Shah is going to come in clouds or the spaceships. And he's going to fight against the dragon being the Roman Empire, aka America, okay, with their weaponry, artillery, you know, their aircrafts, their tanks, their infantry, okay, the submarine, all the things that they have, their drones, all that shit. They're going to try to fight against the Lord along with the other nations, man. It tells you that in the 2nd Ezra 13th chapter. It tells you that in Joel. They're going to be gathered together in the valley of Yehoshaphat, the valley of decision, which is over there in the Middle East. Okay, that's why the scriptures say the least of the flocks will draw them out. The small hats are going to draw America into the Third World War. Okay? And in that Third World War, the Russians and Moab, they're going to have to intervene, man. Okay, and all these nations are going to be in the Middle East, and they're going to be fighting one another until the Lord comes. The Lord going to show up. They're going to be completely astonished at his glory. But the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shah, is going to put the spirit on them to fight. Okay? And they're going to be completely destroyed. And go Isaiah 34. Okay? Isaiah 63, that the Lord, he's going to eventually make his way to America. Okay? And in the same process of the Lord, you know, carrying out his judgment, he shall judge and make war. Okay? You're going to have to go. Yo, man, it's crazy, man. You call yourself the Department of War, man. You're going to have to go. You have to go against the King of Kings, man. You're going to see how bad you are. You so-called white people, man. You're going to see how bad you are, man. When the Lord comes back, okay, with his holy angels, man. Everything is in the Bible. And guess what? You already know this. Your small hats, y'all already know this. Y'all put in the movies, etc. So you can't blame us for this. Is already out there. This is already out there. This information is already out there. Y'all made movies, y'all made TV shows, yada yada yada. Y'all already know, man. Okay? This is actually in the Bible. This is where they got it from. But like the scriptures say, and the dragon fought his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. They were completely destroyed. It was no contest. It was a one-sided affair, man. Okay, you're not gonna. It's this. Oh man, it's just like the Z-rated movie. A Z-rated movie is showing this. How the angels, they're gonna come, you know, and they're gonna fight against Esau and his army and the other nations and all of that. You had the atrocity called the War of the Worlds with Ice Cube, which they showed you a lot in that movie, but it was horrifyingly bad as a movie. Extremely cheesy, okay, but they showed you in that movie too, man. I mean, you know, that was a poor example, but they showed you a lot in that movie. But yeah, man, you had the one with Tom Cruise, man. Okay? That was a good one. The first 30 minutes was amazing. Okay? 30, 40 minutes was amazing. Rest of the movie, trash. Independence Day, that's probably the creme de la creme, man. That's probably the number one movie to watch on the Chariots. Okay? Or Revelation 12 and 7. This is what it's referring to. Or that's the movie was referring to, Revelation 12 and 7. But they got it wrong. It said they lost. Okay? Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. All right? And it says, and the great dragon, America, was cast out. Yeah, you lost your power, man. You said, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's going to be Yahushua, man. Again, I quoted Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dark garments from Basra? Okay? Traveling in the greatness of his strength. It's gonna be bad, man. Look like my man said, Duke, I forgot his name. Duke something. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. I think it was at Menace Society. You man, please, man, this is what we waiting for. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. We want the Lord to come back, man. Like, god damn, okay? We need the Lord to come back ASAP, man. Which we in that time period, man. And you see in the so-called white man, through Trump, he ain't playing no games, man. He done signed his 200th executive order. On top of that, Trump, he on his way out any damn way. They gave him 2026. He said he all jacked up. He know he ain't got that much time left, so he's speeding up the process, man. And I'm all for it, man. You know, keep going. All right, you got they invading Chicago. You seen the helicopters. Okay, they claim the National Guard has landed, so we gonna see what unfolds over there. You know, but hey, you 2/3, man. Watch out. Okay, Esau is not playing, man. And again, this situation with this girl, okay, Esau, these so-called white people hate the out of you, man. Okay? Like I was saying, like, a week ago, I was getting dirty ass looks from Esau and Moab. Moab, I went into a store, dude just grilling me. Like, what are you doing here? You know? I just came to get a damn drink, man. You know, he's just grilling me. And I'm like, yo, what you looking at me for like that? You know? These heathens, man, and man, which they probably see the spirit, and, you know, and whatever, man. I ain't gonna get into all that. But yeah, man, you're gonna lose. All right. So with that, man, hopefully this is edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.